A government report out today showed the economy added 130,000 jobs last month, well above what economists had anticipated. The unemployment rate also ticked down a notch to 4.3%. Meanwhile, government significantly revised last year's numbers with lower job growth now, totaling about 15,000 per month in 2025. So, interesting news, not so welcome news. Mike Giordano joins us now with Williams Wealth Management. What does all of this mean for our money? And isn't 4.3 kind of a basic number for unemployment?
Yeah, 4.3 is pretty much pretty
like
close
zero.
to, yeah, it's full employment typically. It's just that recently we've seen the numbers in the mid threes, and that's what got everybody excited like that.
That's the new normal.
Yeah, I mean, it's a science that's constantly evolving, right? I'm not an economist, but economists will say that there's a certain level that is natural unemployment, and typically it's around 4%, but we're seeing some in the threes. But 4.3 is still, pretty good. It's stabilizing, and that's the good thing, all right? In terms of the job numbers, the revisions showed you that there wasn't a lot of job growth last year. Now, all of a sudden, we get this big number this month. If it holds, this would be great. It might be showing a reacceleration. That would be a wonderful thing. The hard part is you won't know for several months or possibly even a year what the real number is here. And so that's kind of the thing that always drives people crazy, is that, like, you tell me one number and then you come back several months later and tell me another number, and it's just because it's hard to report this stuff in real time.
Okay, what does that mean? How does that translate for our viewers who might be looking for a job?
Yeah, we've been in a place where there's been low hiring and low firing for a while. It still feels like we're in that kind of place unless, like I said, this new number is a reaccelerant, right? And so the discouraging part is that, if there's low hiring, it's harder and harder to find a job. The encouraging piece, though, is the fact that the economy doesn't look like it's falling apart. The job market doesn't look like it's falling apart. And so it does mean that there are people still out there hiring. And so it's, it might just take a little bit more persistence.
Good, the wheels are still on the bus.
They're still on the bus.
But we look at the markets every day, and we see those NASDAQ numbers, we see those tech stock numbers, and then gold and silver kind of up and down. What's going on with that?
Up and down is putting it mildly. I mean, they've been crazy, right?
Some of those gray hairs came in from that light, maybe?
Are you talking about the gray hairs on my head?
Yeah, it looks good,
but
I
the gray
don't
hairs
know.
on my head have been there since I was 16 years old, so I can't blame it on this. But no, what's interesting is that the markets are pretty much at all-time highs, right? So if you're just looking at the broad indexes, you're like, everything's fine. But underneath the hood, you're seeing some of those, some of the big exciting areas of the markets are having a lot of turbulence. And it's three different main stories happening. Number one, you've got a story where people are saying AI is going to start taking over different industries. And right now, AI, investors at least think AI might be taking over software. Like, hey, you know what? I might be able to create my own software. I don't need Microsoft. I don't need some of these other companies, right?
So is that why tech stocks have been kind of all over the
software ones particularly, have taken it on the most. I'm not saying that's going to happen. That's just kind of where, investors are always looking ahead, and that's kind of what they're saying. The second piece is that for a while there, AI was all the rage, and it didn't matter how much money a company was spending trying to make their AI better, the market was rewarding them for spending even more. Now the market's starting to say, hey, I want to start seeing returns on that spend. The third one, gold, silver, these commodities, they were moving for the last few years, but in the last 6 months, they just went crazy, vertical, right? That's kind of a nutty thing for something like gold and silver to do. And so there's been a little bit of the froth maybe taken out, which is a perfectly healthy sign of a market.
So as people look at those numbers, how are you advising your clients? How do you advise our viewers to look at all those market swings and then make some good decisions?
Yeah, first thing to do is you got to understand what you own. You can easily make money in the short term. I shouldn't say easily make money, but you can make money in the short term without understanding risk at all.
Okay.
You can just say, I'm just going to throw caution to the wind, and that's possible. But over the long term, it's really hard to make money if you don't understand the risks that you're taking in your portfolio. So for us, the number one thing is help clients understand, hey, these are the risks you're taking. Yeah, you want to own more risky parts of the market, that's fine. This is kind of what your experience might look like that way. And this way, when the market has its inevitable downturns, you kind of go, oh, I understand what I own. I can live through it, I can ride through it, I can still get the return. If not, then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm down 20% or 30% in something. I have no idea why it's happening, and then you hit the sell button and you panic. And that's really what causes people to not be able to get the long-term returns they should. So, I mean, it all comes down to in investing, keep going, keep growing. If you can keep going, keep growing, if you can stay invested and understand why you own the stuff you own, the risks that are associated with the things you own, then you'll be in a better position to capture that long-term return.
And then you won't panic.
then you
There
won't
you
panic.
go.
And that's the key to life. Don't
That-
panic.
about anything.
Right.
Mike Giordano, it's always a joy to have you with us.
absolutely.
And thank you for explaining those things.
You're welcome.
Chris?